Hello, Cancer. This is a reading for you. For no particular reason, we're just doing some zodiac readings tonight and recording them. So if you are watching this, stop. Hold on. If you're watching this on YouTube, then welcome and come see us at the live stream on Twitch. That's where it's at. I mean, it's here too on YouTube. There's lots of readings if you want to see some more stuff. If you like what you see here and you want to see more. There should be 11 other readings that we've done tonight that you'll be very close to in your clicking. Stop. Although this is kind of like I don't have time for this, or there's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not a lot of time left. There's barely any time left, and you have to do something. There's not a lot of resources left, and you have something to do. Not a lot of resources left, and you have something that you want to do. You take a look at that situation, or at the very least, there's a witnessing atmosphere. When you're isolated, you know what to do. In isolation, you know what to do. If you were to see that as just something for you to do, you know what to do. Simple. Easy. The 4 and 4, 44. I'll just take note of that. Page of Wands. Strength in behind. You have, and the Hierophant. There's the Hierophant again. The Hierophant. That's, that was earlier in the readings in like Sagittarius, Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, Aries. Those readings all had the Hierophant very strong and kind of went in hiding for a little while and now reappears finally in the Cancer reading. There's someone who should be the one to speak, not you. Regarding something that you don't have a lot of resources left, and you've got something you want to do. You're not the authority here. Everyone can see. Everyone knows who the authority in the situation is, who should be in charge of this decision, what to do with the little you have left. In isolation, if it's just all about you, you know exactly what to do with the little you have left. But you're not the one who should be making this decision, I see. That's just what's shaping up in the cards for Cancer energy. You're not the one to make the decision. It's like you are holding on to these resources, but are these resources yours, or maybe, you know, you can have resources, but you might not. This is the energy of maybe if you appeal to the advice of an accountant, somebody who has authority in the situation, somebody who has their finger on the pulse, somebody who knows the things, knows exactly what to do. Somebody who would have the best, or at least the thing to say that's most aligned with everybody's goals, who follows this system. The Strength. Are you about to do something brave? Are you going to do something brave? Look at this. The 3 of Pentacles comes up again, and it's like advice. We say sourcing from multiple places for an opinion on what to do. And the King of Swords. And the 2 of Cups. It's kind of like, what I see, Cancer, is that there is very clearly decision to make. And if it was only your choice, you would know what to do, but it's not just your choice. And the reading is really simple. I could almost end it right here to say they've got your back. They're going to do, they're your friend, you know, or they're the Two of Cups. It's, everybody's interests are aligned here. You're going to be quite surprised to see that what you would want by yourself is exactly what everybody else would want too. Exactly. There would be a solution that would come in if you would only participate. What was the reading? I'm trying to remember. One of the readings is about facing somebody whose participation or enthusiasm is waning. I can't quite remember which one. Might have been Scorpio. This is almost the opposite. It's like if your enthusiasm for participating in this system has been waning, let this be an encouragement. Now, the cards aren't supposed to tell you what to be excited about and what not to be excited about, but I don't think it'd be hard to convince you to give it a try. This looks a bit more like fear than it does. Like the Hermit is kind of an isolated thing, and we have some things about isolation in the previous readings, like about what happens when we're isolated. We get kind of wonky. We get kind of skewed in our perspective. Like, but maybe there's something that it's a very important decision. There's not a lot of resources left, and there's something to give. There's something to offer. And you know exactly where you would put those resources. But maybe the issue isn't necessarily that there are very few resources and you know where to put them. That doesn't sound like an issue. It sounds to me, or it looks to me, like the issue is that you would have to see yourself as isolated to make this decision by yourself. When in fact, you are not alone. You have, you're a part of something. And this can be a lot easier than it is now, if you lean into that. And we were told not to parent people, right? In a previous reading, not to parent people and direct their enthusiasm, because this is a part of your personality, whether or not you're enthusiastic about this thing. But all I can do is maybe suggest it and let you gauge for yourself your level of enthusiasm. And if you're not excited about it, well then yeah, okay. And no harm, you know, like of course not. Then I'm reading it wrong, you know, like I'm not going to say that I know everything there is to know because I got some cards on the table. But maybe what I would say is that sometimes we all need a little reminder that we've got a whole team behind us or in front of us or in a place where we can't see them. And maybe this is angels. You know, I was getting all those numbers and messages in like repeat numbers. And we get it here in the 44, which in this collective here has been a number to kind of signify angel presence. So I do see that there's support in ancestry. Your ancestors can come and help you out with this in some way. There's something like if you see yourself as isolated from all of these sources of support, it's not to say that you're going to end up with more to give because of anything. It's more to say, if this is a financial contribution, what if you were to all pool your money together, and how much can you do for everybody and not just you? It's interesting how we can get super efficient with things like you be like a household and everybody's going to put in a little bit of money for groceries. And like if you were to spend that amount you put in on just you wouldn't get as much. But because you can economize and stuff with a larger purchase, everybody ends up better off because we pooled everything together. And the whole point is for everybody to be better off. Seven of Swords. This shady stuff. I should have ended it there. Oh, but what about the shady stuff? We've all done some shady stuff in our day, yeah? Have you done some shady stuff, Cancer? And then this is kind of like right on top, the Five of Cups. Well, for you, the shady stuff that you've done maybe is why you isolate. There may be something to be said for the reason why you might be embarrassed or something to go in on, or like participate in a community is because you've maybe done some things you're not so proud of. And there's maybe something else here about a previous reading that we did about the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups, and it was a reflection on justice. What was that? I'm already forgetting which reading it was. The Capricorn reading? Was it? Maybe? Anyway, there was a reflection on there about, they're a shady thing. Everybody's done a shady thing or two in their day. And whether or not you've been a part of, it's almost like I can see a scenario where maybe you've withdrawn yourself in part to kind of maybe punish someone for the shady stuff that they've done or something like that. Or you've withdrawn yourself from an organization because of the kind of shady stuff that went down, and you've maybe distanced yourself, and now you're isolated, and now it's time to kind of reinvest in that system. And there's maybe a bit of a snag here where you wonder about the Five of Cups. I wonder about the Five of Cups. And I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm seeing here is a very, this isn't any system that you're in. This isn't any workplace or any family system. This is one that you already know is responsible. Yet even the most responsible people or organizations will have made some mistakes in the past. In what I see. And they will make mistakes again in the future. That's the thing. They don't achieve some level of perfection where they never make mistakes again in the future. But there's something about this system that you already know that they are probably one of the most reliable organizations you've ever been a part of, or something like that. This is reserved for that kind of thing. And in that case, it'll be the most amount of accountability that you'll also ever encounter. This is where people hold themselves accountable. Now, how much? Well, to the most you've ever seen anyway. 100% of the time, probably not. But the most you've ever seen. This is a place where you can depend on at least some accountability. And wherever there's accountability, there's somebody here who recognizes the consequences of their mistake is not just that, they made a mistake and now they have to be known as somebody who made a mistake. It's that you can recognize the level of accountability to the organization or to the system, where we recognize that when we screw other people over in our system, we're screwing ourselves over, and when we screw ourselves over, we're screwing each other over, and it's a learning process. We're getting there. We're going there. And you've seen evidence of this. That's tangible. That's why the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, I already know that it must be that way, because otherwise you wouldn't consider even doing this thing, whatever it is that you're thinking of doing by yourself. I don't know what it is, Cancer, but I just kind of can see I feel like I have a front row seat here to something pretty cool. And maybe the only thing that comes out of the reading is if your instinct was to go home, go home. If your instinct was to go back to this system and bring your issue to them and let them help you solve it, then go there. This sounds pretty natural, and it makes my heart nice and warm. 2 of Cups. Thanks so much for watching this reading. And also come check us out on Twitch. Come see the live stream. It's a lot of fun. Take care.